You see,
Yes.
Africa has a lot of problems. We know that. Okay. We know that. And for me, having a lot of problems means we also have a lot of opportunities to solve problems. Okay. Now, we have not been doing very well at it. Okay. So my question is this: what are the reasons stopping young Africans from finding solutions to the problems in their communities and creating businesses?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked it. Number one, it's not a resilience issue.
Okay.
Our people are very resilient. If you're not resilient, Africa will eat you alive.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's true.
If you're not resilient, don't come here. Okay. It'll spit you out. Now, Africa is very rich in resources, tremendously. But our people are extremely poor in resourcefulness. It's as if we do the same thing again and again, and we get the same result. And as long as I get a consistent result,
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Oh.
And I see it. So this week, part of my rapid job creation program, where I help young people create a business in 5 weeks or less that make enough money to financially sustain.
We'll talk about that soon.
We'll get to that, but I just wanted to set the context on it. So I started with 38 young people in the incubation part on, when was it? Tuesday. And it was like having an argument with your family over Christmas dinner. You know, it's not going to go anywhere. And it's just they fighting me why they can't. And I can't this, like this one person. Okay, what business you started? She said, no, this business. I'm like, excellent. Okay, when? Next year. I'm like, what? You're going to build it in the next 4 weeks.
You are talking about me fighting with my daughter, my second daughter.
Yeah.
We do this all the time.
Yes. And then she said, but I don't have time. Why? No, because I'm still at school here. Okay, cool. What are you doing weekends? Nothing. Oh, really? Oh, so what are you doing then? And then another excuse, but I don't have that piece of equipment. Okay, cool. Anybody in the class got that? 8 people got it. Make a plan. Okay. And it was just, it was like pulling teeth. Yeah, but I can't this and I can't that. And it's, they're standing in their own way because really who can they look up to as a mentor nowadays? And that's a challenge, is we don't have strong men in their communities or at home.
Yeah.
If you look at, I'm a single father. Only 4% of fathers in South Africa get custody of their children. 4%.
Yeah,
so we don't have strong people that we can look up to. Not that I'm saying women can't be strong, but you need both. You need all energies in that. And it's I think, in a sense, multiple generations that we didn't have a strong social structure. Resulted in that. And it's having the right nucleus at home. And it's not necessarily that your parents have to be entrepreneurs. They can be career people as well. And they can be struggling. But if your parents teach you the basics of if you fall down, you get up.
Get up.
And if you run out of options, there's always an option.
Yes.
There's nothing. I always tell the young people that I work with, there is no such thing as hitting the wall. It does not exist. There is no wall standing.
Possibilities are endless.
There's always a fork in the road. You stand there, you go left or right. And when you go there and you get another fork, what do? You go
sometimes you need to step back and take the road you didn't take before.
Exactly.
There are always options. options.
And that failure is sad, but I address that mindset quite quickly in my work.
Wow.
So the resourcefulness of our people in general, and it's not that it's an intelligence thing or an education thing or anything else. It's simply opening your eyes.
Yeah.
That's all that it takes, and seeing. And so we have the potential to create jobs and solve our own problems. Everything is here.
Wow. So resourcefulness is the main issue that you see.
Most definitely.
Okay. So what in particular do you do to get people who are standing in their own way to rethink? Okay. Because I talk to a lot of young people, and I experience exactly what you just said. Okay. It's like you are pulling teeth just to let them understand that you are stopping yourself. Okay. So what's the best strategy that you have employed to help them to see what you're trying to help them see?
Okay. It has many shapes and forms, but the best short summary is show, don't tell. What I mean by that, and referring back to my fire walking.
Yeah.
So if I had to ask you, does fire burn you? Does fire burn you?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. And then you categorically go like, that's the truth. It does burn you. Okay. And now I'm getting you to walk barefoot over 600 to 700 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius, red hot coal fire for about 8 or 10 meters. And then your feet look like this afterwards. Okay. So my question there is, does fire burn then? No, it doesn't. Okay. But yet we see it as the absolute truth. And then I get you to do that. And you go like, hang on, that's not true. So what else is not true in my life either? You know, my belief that I'm not good enough, smart enough, in the right continent.
Yeah.
I studied the right stuff and etc. You know, the limiting beliefs that you have. And when I show these young people how they can start a business like this, their eyes open to possibility.
Yeah.
And that's a very important thing. So I show, I don't tell, because I can tell you have daughters. You can tell them.
Yes.
And it goes like through this side in and that side out. And we did the same to our parents, but it's about showing.
Yeah.
And once they see, to be there to support them, not go like, yeah, I told you, yeah. Don't do that. Go like, okay, cool. How do we accelerate this? And that's how I bring about the mindset shift, is by showing.
Yeah.
Because if you make people experience stuff. So the work that I do, if you look at what I refer to my startup program as an entrepreneurial apprenticeship. I don't teach entrepreneurship like people say, oh, you got to teach people to fish. No, don't do that. Because we teach so much entrepreneurship in Africa. Africa has been over-taught on entrepreneurship. See, what I do is I create fishermen. I don't just teach them to, I go like, this is, you become one.
Yeah.
And then that's the difference that we have. And it's about that practical side. So let people experience stuff. Let them fall in their face. I mean, so many people will start and create multiple businesses in 4 weeks in my program. And when they come back and go like, oh, it's been a week. I'm not making money with this. I think I'm going to close it. And then we celebrate. We go high fives. Yeah! Kill that business. Kill that business. Let go of that bad thing. Get a nicer one. And then we do it. And usually people go like, what? Are you happy? I'm excited because now we're letting go of that bad thing.
Yeah. You start a new one.
Definitely. It's easy.
Yeah. Once you show people how to do it, okay, and they actually did it, they now know how to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
It can't be the same person again.
And that's the difference between showing and teaching.
Oh, telling.
Yeah, telling. Okay. Yeah. That's the basic difference. Yes. Yeah. See, it's like teaching or showing your own children how to do things. You see, it's exactly. It's better if you want to teach your children cooking.
Absolutely.
You get them.
That's why my
you
program
get them, you get them in the kitchen.
An apprenticeship.
Yeah,
it's
you get them in
the
kitchen.
You do it,
and they do it with you, and
absolutely
they get involved in cooking.
Yeah.
Rather
than
telling them
how to wash dishes.
Yeah, very good. So I is that exactly what you do in your rapid job creation program? Yeah,
absolutely. People are shocked and amazed at how practical it is.
Yeah.
And then I go, well, do you do this? Do you? No, I don't. I do this. And we hammer on straightforward. Because how I got to that was in 2014.
Yeah.
See, I did my master's for my dissertation for my master's degree, and I focused on innovation. And that's when I came to realize that innovation doesn't work.
Ooh.
Okay. You can't innovate the business.
Okay.
Because a business is just an empty container. That's all it is. It's the people in the business that make the business.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't innovate the people, the business won't be innovative. So I set out, how do you innovate a human being? I'm a very hard-driven personal development junkie. So I developed a process, and I started teaching it to people in 2015. And one of the first people I taught it to was a one-man IT company, and he grew his revenues by $100,000 in 10 months.
Wow.
Okay. And it's the same process now I use to build my businesses as well. And that's why we started testing it during lockdown to get people to do that, because it's, you innovate the human being, you awaken the potential in the human being. And it doesn't matter what age you are, it wakes you up. Because there's a lot of potential in older people as well. You know, you always get these little young speakers who go like, oh, if you're over 25, you're not creative. And then the guy in the back sits and he takes out his BlackBerry, because he still has one, and he tunes out, and you lose the potential of that person.
Yeah.
But with this, it's an inclusive process. It doesn't matter what your background, what your age, what your education, whatever. You can be. I've had mothers, stay-at-home moms, create new business ideas with IT company owners. They're like, oh, we can do this, we can do that. Why? Because it brings perspective. It's about perspective, Ekene. We don't always value our perspective and our African perspective. And that's, you know what, if what you look at and what you see is not the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I put a policeman in front of a crowd of people, that guy's just standing there being a policeman. He's doing nothing.
Nothing.
Half of the crowd is going to go like, I feel unsafe, I want to run, I hate this person. The other half go, I like this guy. hang out. He makes me feel safe. And the other half goes, answer. Is he doing anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. He's just standing there.
Perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah.
And that's what it brings. And it's not that the one person is right and the other is wrong. It creates, oh, this is why. Yeah. So it's about perspective. That's what you bring to the table.
So now